Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we're back from the brand new video, and it is going to be a brand new video uploaded to the channel, but it's not going to be a normal type of video. It's certainly not the normal type of content that we put up on the channel and I like to put up on the channel, because we all know what we do. We come here, we talk about football, we try and have a bit of fun. It's a bit of tongue-in-cheek, it's a bit cringy. I try to make you cringe and laugh and offer you a bit of distraction in the crazy world that we live in, while me and thee share this adventure of Rangers Football Club together. It was terrible for a couple of years, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be brutally honest with that, but it's been fantastic this year, and I've loved sitting here and doing videos and being able to sit here with a massive smile and just celebrate, enjoy what we've done on the park this season. But there is something that we need to talk about, because the incident and the evil incident that happened on Thursday night, I obviously mentioned briefly in the Slavia Prague video at the end, because at that point it was still fresh. The game had just finished. I didn't have a lot of information. I was just going by the natural interview Steven Gerrard said at the game. But now it's been a couple of days. The dust hasn't settled at all. In fact, the dust just continues to roll and roll and roll as there's more excuses, there's more conflicting stories, there's more contradictory stories that's been spat out there by pretty much everyone from Slavia Prague that is trying to change the narrative of what actually happened on that night. The whole meme of deflector shields, Argo, that's well and truly in effect here, and I just can't sit here and just watch this happen. I've been very vocal on Twitter, I've been very vocal on Instagram, but this is really sickening me to the core. And I know there's an Old Firm game coming up, and we're going to speak about that in another video that's going to get uploaded at some point later tonight, but I can't go ahead and start focusing on football when I feel like I've got this poison and I've got this weight on my shoulders, because I'm very, very lucky enough to have this platform that you guys tune in for. We share this together, and I can't sit there and be silent when I'm seeing our name getting flung through the muck, and I'm seeing a guy like Glen Kamara get his name dragged through the muck, because that guy's never done anything wrong. That is literally the most laid back, relaxed, chilled guy you'll ever get. Even our most hated rivals couldn't hate a Glen Kamara, because he's just such a nice, honest guy. He's just an out and out footballer in every aspect of the word. But despite that, and despite everything that he is, he's still getting his name ran through the muck, and I just think that's honestly disgusting. And I just wanted to upload a wee video of the day and speak about a couple of things that's on my mind, because he's came out now and he spoke about it, and we will break that down shortly. But first I want to turn my attention to Slavia Prague, because I have never ever been more disgusted in what I've seen over the last 40 years, if I'm being honest with you. The four different stories that suit there, the four different variations of what happened that night is honestly sickening, because every single one of them conflicts and contradicts with the previous statement or previous story that was out there. Nothing lines up, nothing at all. And again, I know I've said that a lot of this on Twitter, so I do apologise if I'm repeating myself and breaking this down in detail, but I just want to get to one of the most sickening things for me, and this is the explanation of what caused the incident. And this came again from the Slavia Prague player. He has said that he leaned in to Glen Kamara, covering his hands. And by the way, right away, if you're going to lean in and cover your hands, that obviously shows that you're trying to hide something, and you're trying to hide away for the cameras, because you would just lean in and say what you were going to say if that's actually what you said. But just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, this player is literally saying this entire thing, this entire storyline, the altercations, everything kicked off because he leaned in, and I'm going to swear here by the way, he leaned in and said, "You're a fucking guy." That's what he's saying that he said to Glen Kamara that caused all of this, ladies and gentlemen. Now, can we just be honest, as not even just football fans, can we just be honest as human beings? That there reeks of absolute shite. You didn't get the reaction the reaction that we got if you've said that. If you've said you're a fucking guy, why is Kamara, who is the most cool, laid back person I've ever seen in my life, his house could be on fire and he'd walk out the door in his slippers. He's no got an aggression, he's no got a trigger at all, but he's instantly turned into a guy I've never seen before. But so is Zungu, who's right there, and both of them instantly is shouting the exact same thing: racist, racist, racist. They had no time to talk to each other, what did he say on it to tell Zungu? No, both of them reacted the exact same way, so there is no way in hell that is actually what was said. And there's absolutely no chance you saying that will cause Glen Kamara after the game to walk with Steven Gerrard in tears and have to be consoled by the gaffer? Does that look like a guy who's made all of this up and is lying about this? Does it? Does that look like a guy that's lying and just being mischievous and is a bad loser or anything like that? No at all. That's real emotion. That's real sadness. That's real pain, people. So if you're one of these types of people that's out there making excuses and saying, aye, but this, or the challenge with roofe. Yes, the challenge with roofe was bad, right? But it wasn't intentional. Yes, it was a red card with a collision, but it wasn't intentional. Just because someone makes a bad challenge in the game doesn't mean someone else deserves racial abuse. Let's grow up and let's be adults. This is an absolute disgusting scenario, and I can't be arsed with these people. I've seen them in the comment section making excuses to why he may have been racist to Glen Kamara, and there's no excuse ever to be racist, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely despicable act, and honestly, I'm sickened to my actual core. This is Old Firm Week. I'm supposed to be bouncing up and down right now, but honestly, I can't even get up to the level I should be enjoying my football team, and I should be proud of my football team's European journey, because this here is a disgusting cloud, and I'm sick to death of it, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so damn proud of the way the team responded, and I'm so damn proud of Glen Kamara that he's came out there and fired out a statement via his lawyer. Now, if you haven't seen it or anything like that, I'll leave a link down in the description. I'm not going to read out because I'm not even wanting to mutter the words that was said to Glen Kamara, because that's no for me. That's absolutely sickening. So if you want to read it again, go ahead and read it, and well done to Glen Kamara for stepping up and not allowing this to go unpunished and just get swept under the carpet with the constant distractions and deflections that's been spat out. And honestly, to anyone who's sitting here watching that video and has seen that clip now of Glen Kamara crying his eyes out into the arms of Steven Gerrard, if you honestly look at that and say, I bought this, or I bought this has happened before, then you need to sit down and realise that you are a part of the problem. There's no I buts this or I buts this when it comes to racism, ladies and gentlemen. We all know in our hearts, whether you want to admit it or not, what happened to Glen Kamara is an absolute shambles and should never ever happen. The way he was looked and the way he felt and the way it spread throughout the team. I mean, you saw Connor Golton, big Connor Golton, sitting there with a press conference ahead of a Celtic game, trembling with his words when answering and responding to this, because he was so despondent knowing that UEFA and everything wouldn't do none, because this will never change, and that is devastating. I'll never understand and I'll never fully appreciate what it feels to be obviously a black player and receive racial abuse. I'll never get it, but me myself, I was sickened and my heart broke watching Glen Kamara like that and watching Connor Golton in that press conference. It was a really, really tough watch, ladies and gentlemen, and something genuinely needs to be done, because it's just beyond the joke now. And the fact that there's so many people out here, and the fact that that banner was made, I'm not even going to put the picture up, by the way, but if you know what I'm talking about, the fact that that was fired out, I think even Slavia Prague's rubbish that, which is quite ironic considering everything that's happened. This has just gone on now far too long, and something does need to be done. A precedent needs to be set now that this stops. Or if you're fanning about and if you give up another 5k fine because you're more interested in what people are advertising on their boxers or anything like that, because that doesn't fit with your sponsorship plans or your brand deals with this, if you continue to put them on a pedestal and look down the race and be like, alright, 5k for that, doesn't matter, that it's just going to continue to get worse and worse and worse, and these players are continuing to feel the pain that they're going to feel, and it does need to be changed, ladies and gentlemen. Something definitely needs to be happening. I'm not sitting here saying that Rangers need to be instated back into Europa League. We, as a football team, over the two legs were beaten by the better team. I can say that, ladies and gentlemen. Over the two legs, we weren't up to the standard that we know we can be. I can admit that. I can be an adult, but also I can be an adult and I can admit that the stuff in the scene that happened in the 87th minute of this game should never happen to anyone, and it has to stop. So for me, there is a precedent that needs to be set. UEFA needs to come out now. They need to be strong, and that's all I wanted to sit here and talk about, because that comment section for the other day was an absolute disgrace. People making up stories and posting 5 or 6 different variations of a story. I've sat down here now, I've rubbished a lot of them, and I'm sure when it all comes out and it all gets said and done, the rest of the bullshit stories will be rubbish. But aye, I needed to get that. There was a weight on my shoulders, there was this poison in me, and I just wanted to sit here and talk to you because we've been through a lot together, and I just wanted to get that off my chest. I will speak about the Old Firm, we will upload that later on today, but that's all I've got to say with that incident. I stand with Glen Kamara. I've got his back all the way, and to Kamar Roofe as well, who received countless racist abuse on his Instagram as well for a challenge. Yes, it was a red card that it didn't mean. This is absolute a shambles, ladies and gentlemen. Something needs to be done. I stand with the boys, I stand with my team, and I stand with everyone stepping up and standing against racism, because it needs to change, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I wanted to sit here and talk to you in this first video of today. If you want to share your opinions, make sure you be getting there down in the comment section below. But as always, I've been Siege and over 92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.